What's up, friends? I'm Jonathan Miller, and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, where we help each other become better artists. After a series of reported delays, the futuristic queens of K-pop, Aespa, have finally returned and brought some swift changes with them. Leaving Kwangya behind, at least for now, and entering the real world, Aespa puts their own twist on the high teen trend in South Korea, while we all wait with bated breath for their first full-length LP. Luckily, Winter and Giselle confirmed it's still in the works, so I won't deduct too many points for that. If you're new to this series, we're gonna go through my world today track by track, and I'll be sharing my thoughts on things like album pacing, productions, genres, and more. So hit the subscribe button and like this video if you enjoyed it, or if you learned something, and leave a comment letting me know which song is your favorite. With that, let's explore my world. Not my world, although the first song I ever wrote was called My World. Anyway, ignoring Aespa's absolute banger Hold On Tight, we last left Aespa with Girls, which began to really feed in some more softer sides of Aespa, while still being dominated by their futuristic digital aesthetic. Welcome to My World is a cinematic alternative pop song that acts as a bridge between Kwangya and the real world. A departure from the cyberpunk ultramodern concept in donning the high teen trend in Korea, which is an aesthetic inspired by fashion from 90s and 2000s teen movies, Aespa glides into reality with the listener. Welcome to My World is an ethereal track, serving to highlight Aespa's vocals and harmony stacking power. It doesn't go over the top though, which sets the listener up for the tracks that follow. The Aespa universe is getting more fleshed out as we explore a world that's more familiar this time around. The song perfectly sets the stage for the album. Naevis only appears in blink and you'll miss it moments in the background, which is a bit of a shame for an AI character's debut of sorts. Made even worse because Ning Ning confirmed that they stole this song from Naevis, which was originally supposed to be her debut solo track, so it's even sadder that Naevis didn't get a bigger role. AI is currently gaining steady popularity in a variety of different ways. They said it would be sometime this year, but I'm wondering exactly when SM is truly going to debut this AI character, and more so how people will react to them. Maeve debuted this year and did all right, so I'll be curious to see what happens. Regardless, Welcome to My World was a perfect pre-release track and a great start to this mini album. Picking up speed, we've got the main title track, Spicy. This self-assured dance song is dotted with more signature industrial elements and a revolving synth bass akin to other signature Aespa hits. The more I listen to Spicy, the catchier it gets. Releasing this chant-heavy, confident bop ahead of summer was a smart move, even if it came at the cost of having to wait a little bit longer. The beginning of the song is very similar to Aespa's signature Next Level though. I said this in my reaction video, but playing Next Level and Spicy back to back makes them feel like they belong on the same album. The verse rhythmic cadences are similar, and I can already hear in my head all of the TikTok remixes and mashups in the works. It's hard to say if that will play a negative role in people's perception of the song, but it's unfortunate if it does because Spicy and Next Level are different. Spicy makes clever use of Aespa's strong harmony stacking, but doesn't put in large melody sections like Next Level does. Next Level was a hit for many reasons. Spicy doesn't have the beat change up that Next Level does. However, Next Level showcases Aespa's vocal abilities much better than Spicy. Next Level was made when the public was still getting to know Aespa, whereas Spicy is dropping in the middle of a long stream of girl group bops, and Aespa is leading the charge with record-breaking achievements already. Between IVE, LE SSERAFIM, Aespa, and G-Idol coming very soon, it's a great time to be a girl group stan. Salty and Sweet takes the tempo back down as the album gives another taste of the chant-like sounds Aespa excels in. The chorus is memorable and the beat is addictive. The rap sections have a nice flow, and when the girls sing the na 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 section right after the bridge, it adds a nice layer of hooks that I wasn't initially expecting. Salty and Sweet also gives a little bit more of the Ning Ning and Winter ear butter notes. Ning Ning and Winter are powerful vocalists, but with this album, rather than relying on them to carry the weight, their various parts across My World are held back a bit. I felt this was disappointing and refreshing. Disappointing because I've come to expect these big belty notes from these vocal powerhouses, but it's also refreshing because they weren't pigeonholed into a tried and true formula. The moments of vocal heaven are present on My World as evident in this track, but not quite as much as previous releases. That being said, Salty and Sweet is a vibe and they look excellent in the track video. My World switches gears back toward R&B, starting with this song. The intro reminds me of the intro to Thank You Next by Ariana Grande, and this R&B pop song is a really special moment on the album. These are the harmonies and melodies that I was looking for. Sip Sip Sippin' All Night is not only a gorgeous top line, but an excellent hook. When writing pop songs, finding very careful repetition to drive home the song into listeners' heads is typically a safe bet to get your song noticed. Too much though, and you can drive people away. Too little, and you might risk losing a catchy moment. Thirsty has a great balance. The song and its track video are a vibe. I almost kind of wish it had been the title track. Even though I completely get why Spicy is, I just imagine Thirsty is gonna be a fan favorite. It's super modern, it's really in line with a lot of other K-pop songs. Overall, Aespa really crushed this one, and you can crush your music career with DistroKid. DistroKid is one of the leading music distribution platforms on the market, helping artists like you and me get our music up on places like Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, YouTube, and more. For one affordable yearly price, you can distribute as much music as you want and get access to a ton of cool features to help you promote and manage your music too. One of these tools you can use is DistroKid's own AI bot named Dave. I mean, if we're gonna talk Aespa, we're gonna talk AI. Dave analyzes your music, not to review it and tell you your song sucks or something, but to provide valuable insight into how your song actually sounds. Dave can tell you if your song is more acoustic or dancey and give your song an energy rating. Dave can detect if there's speaking parts in your song, if it was recorded in a studio, or if it's a live track. Dave can also, as I said, give you specific keywords to help you describe your music. It's fairly simple AI to use, but also very helpful if you ever get stuck in trying to figure out what key or BPM your song is in and you need that info ASAP. So use my special VIP link to save yourself 7% on your first year's membership with DistroKid. Link is in the description. Using the digital world to describe feeling disconnected from those around them, Aespa really entered their acting era in the track video for I'm Unhappy. Winter especially said, "Put me in a K-drama, action, or horror flick now." The song has beautiful pads and simple instrumentation, which creates a really cool feel as the track progresses. Its simplistic production highlights the members' runs, melodies, and lyrics to drive home its message. I really enjoyed the synth line at around 2:09 and the way it circles back in the climax. It's a very playful production technique that also serves to make it a hook in and of its own. I'm Unhappy is definitely a standout and a great one from this album. Rounding out Aespa's trip to the real world is a touching acoustic moment in the form of Til We Meet Again. Whether it's a message to Mai saying Aespa will be back soon or not is up for debate, but the song is a great pop treasure at the end of the record. It's got a good build toward a cinematic climax and says K-drama OST song or anime song written all over it. That's a compliment, by the way. It's light and airy and quite the switch for the sounds that Aespa's typically known for by the general public. It doesn't try too hard and it doesn't necessarily need to. It's a good album closer and serves its ultimate purpose for this chapter in Aespa's career. For only being 6 songs long, there are quite a few genres I heard on my world. The album takes what is typically associated with Aespa and feeds in some new elements to flesh out their concept. So here's how I would break it down. Umbrella genres are always the easiest and broadest label to put on things, so of course we're gonna put K-pop here. I'd put this album's subgenre as hip-hop though. I went back and forth on this one, but a core element of Aespa's overall sound is hip-hop and rap, which are both present on these tracks. I opted to put hip-hop here though, because while rap is not present on every single track, hip-hop beats and flow do dot most of the productions on the songs. However, when it comes to melodies and top lines, I'd put its niche as R&B. Aespa really upped the ante regarding their R&B influence. While I can't say that every song fits neatly into an R&B style, the way Aespa utilizes big harmony stacked vocals to thicken up key moments is very signature of the genre. Its micro niche is going to be alternative pop. This album doesn't lean directly into the more industrial electropop sounds of Aespa music past, but it doesn't go out of its way to be as commercially oriented either. The labels alternative pop and indie pop sometimes get mixed up, but over the years, the indie scene has made it very clear that alternative pop and indie pop are very different because indie implies independent, made by independent artists, which is a core characteristic of the genre. And also defending that is a core characteristic of the genre, giving us a K-pop album containing influences of orchestral pop, industrial music, and bubblegum, utilizing alternative pop productions in conjunction with hip-hop beats and R&B vocal stylings to create an ethereal, dreamlike experience. If you're a fan of Olivia Rodrigo, 50/50, Lana Del Rey, and some of Aespa's previous hits, you're going to love this album. album. Overall, I really enjoyed these different sides of Aespa and didn't find one skippable track on the entire mini album. I do hope that their next release is a full-length studio album and we get more of the vocal ear butter, but I still think Aespa ditched Kwangya to deliver the goods. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a comment letting me know what your favorite song is, and don't forget to like the video too, subscribe if you're new, and become a channel member if you want to help support this channel more directly, and let me know if you want to see more reviews like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.